Effect of stimulation of vagosympathetic trunk on the frog's heart. Principle. Stimulation of the vagosympathetic trunk leads to cardiac inhibition. In this experiment, we stimulate the vagosympathetic trunk of the frog and observe the effects on the heart. The setup is similar to the cardiogram experiment. We dissect the frog to expose the heart and then carry the incision upwards to expose the vagosympathetic trunk. It is part of a neurovascular bundle which also contains the laryngeal nerve and the carotid artery. We pass a thread around the nerve for easy identification. We first take a record of the normal cardiogram. Then we stimulate the vagosympathetic trunk and record the changes in the cardiogram. Initially, we stimulate the trunk with a stimulus of lesser strength. We can see that the heart slows down in response to vagosympathetic stimulation. The heart rate and force of contraction both reduce. Now we stimulate the vagosympathetic trunk with a stronger stimulus. When a stronger stimulus is applied, the heart slows down and eventually stops beating. This is called vagal inhibition. We keep applying the strong vagosympathetic stimulus even after the heart has stopped beating. After some time, the heart starts beating again automatically. This is called vagal escape. We can see that the new heart rate is much slower than the normal heart rate. Let us now understand the phenomenon that we have observed. Vagal inhibition. The vagosympathetic trunk of the frog contains both the vagus nerve and the sympathetic trunk. The vagus nerve carries the parasympathetic impulses and the sympathetic trunk carries the sympathetic impulses. The influence of the vagus nerve overpowers the sympathetic impulse. The vagal nerve endings secrete acetylcholine. Acetylcholine has an inhibitory effect on cardiac pacemaker cells. It attaches to the muscarinic cholinergic receptors present on the cell membranes. The moment acetylcholine attaches to the muscarinic receptors, the G protein attached to the receptor undergoes a conformational change and attaches to the potassium channels in the membrane. It opens many potassium channels which leak potassium out of the cell. This reduces the potential of the cell and thus hyperpolarizes the membrane. This makes it more difficult for the membrane to generate an action potential. At the same time, the G proteins also attach to the T-type calcium channels and close these channels. This reduces the inflow of calcium ions into the cell. This further reduces the potential of the pacemaker cells. This way, the acetylcholine secreted by the vagus nerves makes it harder for the cells of the pacemaker in the frog heart to generate an action potential and pass it on to the other cardiac cells. Thus, the stimulation of the vagus nerve reduces the heart rate. The reduction in calcium ions reduces the force of contraction. Hence, the stimulation of the vagus nerve reduces the heart rate and the force of contraction of the frog heart. A strong vagal stimulation can stop the heart by the same mechanism. Vagal escape. We saw through the experiment that even though we keep stimulating the vagosympathetic trunk, after the heart stops, eventually the heart starts beating on its own. Why does this happen? Notice that the heart starts beating again with a much slower rhythm. This is the rhythm generated by the ventricles. This is called the idioventricular rhythm. The original pacemaker of the heart, which in the frog's case is the sinus venosus, is under the influence of vagal inhibition. It has stopped generating impulses. In this case, like in a heart block, the ventricles start generating their own impulse. The frequency of the impulse is slower than the normal heart rate. This is called the idioventricular rhythm. Another reason for the heart to start beating again could be the depletion of acetylcholine. The acetylcholine at the nerve endings gets depleted. Hence, the vagal stimulation has no effect. In the frog, the vagus nerve and the sympathetic trunk are merged into one single nerve. After prolonged stimulation, the sympathetic trunk starts getting stimulated more than the vagus nerve. This can also lead to the restarting of the heart.